Hello, one and all present here. This is Amit Kumar Singh. Welcome, guys. Welcome back to my session on speed mathematics. So, I hope you have seen all my previous videos and you have enjoyed a lot and you learned a lot from my previous sessions. So, guys, I believe you know how I taught you how you can work on speed mathematics techniques whenever you need to multiply any two numbers, and probably if you're multiplying two numbers, probably the sum of the unit digit is 10 and the 10th place digit is same. So you know the answer. How you will get the answer called 7221, because this is 7 into 3, that is 21, and 8 9s are 72. So I have taught these kind of techniques working on multiplication. I have taught you how you can multiply 135 into 125 very fast. Probably both the digits are ending with 5. So the last two digits would be 75 because the difference is 10. Now the remaining 10th place digit you can find as 1 like 13 square minus 1. So you'll get 168.75. So all these things I have taught you. Now I have taught you how you can work on squares. What is the square of suppose 88? So the square of 88 is 7744. So I have taught you like applying the Vedic maths technique on a square to ab, b square, and then you can move from left hand side to right hand side. 88 square if you want. So 8 square is 64, right? 4 6 carry, then 8 8s are 64, 64 2s are 128, 128 plus 6, 128 plus 6 is 134. So 134, write 4, and then 13 carry. So if you write 13 carry, then 8 square is 64. 64 plus 13 is 77. So 64 plus 13 is 77. So by that you will get the square of 88. So I believe you have seen my previous video on Vedic maths. I have developed 8 videos on Vedic maths, and there I explained one by one how you can apply the logic of multiplication. In the logic of multiplication, I have talked about crisscross method. Then I talked about the strange law in maths whenever you multiply two numbers with the other number. I talked about working on square. I talked about working on cube. Like what is 18 cube? 18 cube is 5832. So you can apply Vedic maths technique called a cube, 3a square, b, 3ab square, and b cube. And like that, if you take a number called 18, so here the a would be 1 and b would be 8, and then you can apply and you will get the answer called 5832. You can watch my videos. In case if you've not seen my video, you can go back to YouTube and you can type my name Amit Kumar Singh and you will get my videos there. So all that is freely accessible. All are free videos. You can go back, you can see there. I have taught you working on remainder theorem. So working on remainder theorem, I talked about Euler's method, Fermat-Little theorem, Wilson method. I talked about Chinese remainder theorem. So if I ask you what is 7 to the power 96 divided by 30, so your remainder will be 1. So because 13 is a prime number and every prime number, the Taussian number of every prime number is p minus 1. So if dividend and divisor are co-prime to each other, so if you dividend to the power p minus 1 divided by p will give you remainder 1. Similarly, I talked about how you can find the last n digit of n factorial. So I talked about how you can find the unit digit, means last non-zero digit, and last two non-zero digit. So I have done for 84 factorial, I have done for 100 factorial. I talked about how can you count the trailing zero of n factorial. All that we have discussed. We have talked about divisibility rule, where we spoke about like from 1 to 47, more or less all the numbers I spoke about, which is very important for competitive exam. Then I talked about summation of digit in permutation and combination. I believe you can easily apply those techniques whenever you have to apply the logic in summation of digit. If I ask you by using the digit 1, 2, and 3, so how many 3-digit number can you make? So how many 3-digit number can you make? So in that I have taught you the formula called sum of digit into 111, because you want to make 3-digit number. Okay, then n minus 1 factorial. So all that I have taught you in my previous videos. Like that I have made lot of videos probably to make you explain you these concepts. So I believe you have seen all my previous videos. and I hope you have learned a lot in the past. So now the agenda for the today class is that I want to teach you the speed mathematics techniques on surds and indices. So when we talk about surds and indices, so surds and indices again they are being asked many times in many exams. Whenever you can expect the problem on algebra, so whenever you're expecting the problem on algebra, you definitely get the questions on based on surds and indices. You talk about any competitive exam where probably you have to solve 1 minute of one question. So you can definitely expect these kind of questions. So question like this, I believe you have seen in the past, and you can solve these questions by using quadratic equation. So if somebody asks me this question, probably in my schooling, how I used to solve these kind of questions. So root of 6 plus root of 6 plus root of 6 plus root of 6 till infinity if I have to do. So I used to write this as suppose this is equal to x. Again, this is infinite series. So I can write the same thing as root of 6 plus x is equal to x. So if I square both sides, I can say x square is equal to x plus 6. Now, if I bring all this side, so x square minus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Now I know how to solve the quadratic equation. So x square minus 3x plus 2x minus 6 is equal to 0. So x minus 3 plus 2 into x minus 3 is equal to 0. So you get the value of x as 3 and minus 2. So probably because we normally accept the positive value, so the value of x we will get is 3. So this is the way how we used to do in school. This is the way how I learned in the school. Now for these kind of problem, I'll teach you speed mathematics technique. You can apply speed maths technique to get these answers very fast. So what you need to do whenever you get question like this, what you need to do, see the term. The term is 6. See the term 6. Okay. Now break this term. Whatever is the term, now break this term. Now break this term. Whenever you break this term as a factor of two numbers, break this term as a factor of two numbers, provided that those two numbers should have a difference of 1. So break this term as a factor of two numbers. So break this term as a factor of two numbers, provided their difference should be equal to 1. So 6 you can write as 1 into 6 also. 6 you can write as 2 into 3 also. So what factors I'll consider? I'll consider that factor which should have a difference of 1. Okay, now you got that, no? So 6, can I write 2 into 3? You'll say yes. Okay, now your answer. What is your answer? If the sign is positive, if the sign is plus, then your answer is a bigger term. If your sign is plus, then your answer is bigger term. So what is a bigger term here? 3. So what is the answer for this? So the answer for this question is 3. So 3 is the answer for this question. Done. I hope this is very easy for you. 156. When I talk about 156, what is 156? 12 into 13. Break 156 into 2 terms. Break 156 into 2 terms such that the difference should be 1. Break 156 in 2 terms such that the difference is 1. So 12 into 13, everyone knows 12 into 13 is 156. Otherwise, you can if you could not able to break, you can think this in the form of quadratic equation. So break that term. Like if you are getting confused, break that term. You should break the term. You should break the term such that the difference between the two terms should be 1. So you can solve this. N square plus n minus 156 is equal to 0. So I hope you can easily understand. So this is nothing but 13n minus 12n minus 156. So everyone can understand. So 156 is nothing but 12 into 13. So that way, if 12 into 13 you'll get 36. You get 12, so you get 156. So break 156 into 2 terms such that the difference should be 1. You are getting the difference 1. No? Yes, sir, I'm getting the difference 1. What is the sign? Sign is positive or negative? So sign is positive. So your answer for this question is 30. Then you want to waste your time, you can derive quadratic equation, you can get the answer. Now, question number 3. What would be the answer? The answer for this would be 4. 20. 20 is 4 5s are. And the sign here is negative. So the answer would be 4. Now, if you see question number 4, here I cannot break 5 because 5 anyway is a prime number. Okay, so you cannot break 5. You cannot break 5 because now till now whatever numbers we had composite number. So we could able to break that in the form of n into n plus 1. But now I cannot break 5. So if you could not able to break 5, then also nothing to worry. If I'm talking about root 5, if I'm talking about root 5 plus root 5 plus root 5 plus root 5. So if that goes to infinity, so what is the shortcut technique for that? So the shortcut technique for that is root of 4a plus 1 plus 1 by 2. If the number you cannot break, if you cannot break that number in the form of a into b such that the difference is 1, so then your answer is root of 4a plus 1 outside root plus 1 by 2. What is a here? A is this term. A is the 5. So the answer for this would be root of 4 into 5 plus 1 by 2. Okay, so this is your answer for this is root of 21 plus 1 by 2. This is your answer. That's it. Very easy. So the 5 in place of a put 5. So 4 5s are 20. 20 plus 1. So root 21 plus 1 by 2. This is your answer. That's it. This is your answer. This is your answer. So you can prove this again through Vedic maths. You can prove this again through quadratic equation. So all this formula, how I'm getting, everyone knows the root of quadratic equation you can find by the formula minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So you can get all this value. So either you can do like this or just remember this. Just remember this. So if you remember, this is the shortcut formula. This is the shortcut formula. So here if the sign is plus, here put plus. Here if the sign is minus, put minus. That's it. So the answer for this is root of 21 plus 1 by 2. So the answer for that, answer for this is root of 21 plus 1 by 2. Okay, same problem here, but here the sign is minus. Here the sign is minus. So what you will do, you will apply the same formula. You apply the same formula. 7 4s are 28. 28 plus 1, 29. So root of 29 minus 1 by 2. This is the answer. Same thing. Nothing you have to do. Nothing you have to do. Same formula. So the same formula you have to apply here. Same formula you have to apply here. Same formula you have to apply here. So this is 7. This is minus sign. This is minus sign. So here minus sign. Root of 7 minus root of 7 minus root of 7 minus root of 7. That goes to infinity. Now if minus sign is there, then your shortcut formula would be root of 4a plus 1 minus 1 by 2. This is your formula. So now, so root of 4 into 7. 4 into 7 is 28 plus 1. 29 minus 1 by 2. So this is root of 29 minus 1 by 2. Clear, right? Simple. Now if plus minus is there, so now you can see in this question number 6 and 7, here plus minus, here minus plus minus plus minus plus. So how to do these kind of question? So if you get question like this, so if this problem is like root of 7 plus root of 7 minus, then root of 7 plus, then root of 7 minus, that goes till infinity. Now the shortcut formula for this is root of 4a minus 3 plus 1 by 2. So here you put plus sign if you start with plus. If you start with minus, you put minus sign here. Simple. So here this would be root of 4a is 7 minus 3 plus 1 by 2. Okay, so this is 28. 28 minus 5 minus 3 is 25. Root of 25 is 5. 5 plus 1 by 2. Your answer is 3. Okay. So if you're starting with plus sign, so put plus sign here. If you start with negative, negative, minus plus, minus plus, minus plus, then you'll put minus sign. Simple. This is a shortcut technique. So you want a mathematical explanation for that, we can do that also. So root of 7 plus root of 7 minus root of 7 plus root of 7 minus, that goes to infinity. So now what is the trend? If you notice the trend is repeating after this. So let this is equal to a. So what I'll write, I can write this root of 7 plus root of 7 minus then a is equal to a. Now you want to solve this squaring both sides. So you'll get 7 plus root of 7 minus a is equal to a square. So now you can write a square minus 7 is equal to root of 7 minus a. Now squaring both sides. So a square minus 7 whole square is 7 minus a. Now if you open the bracket, a to the power 4 plus 49 minus 14a is equal to 7 minus a. Now a to the power 4, a to the 1 minute. So a to the power 4, this is a square. A to the power 4 minus 14a square minus 14a square, then plus a plus 42 is equal to 0. Now you got this equation, a to the power 4 minus 14a square plus a to the power 4 minus 14a square plus a plus 42 equal to 0. Now I believe you know how to solve question like this. Now this is bi-quadratic question. Now if you want to solve this question, that a to the power 4 minus 14a square plus a plus 42 equal to 0. Now those who understand basic algebraic formulation, so in order to solve the bi-quadratic question, there's only one way is there, apply trial error method. So you put a equal to 0, a equal to 1, minus 1, 2, minus 2, 3, minus 3, like that, till the time you can make LHS equal to RHS. So if I put a equal to 3, so 3 to the power 4 minus 14 into 3 square plus 3 plus 42. So you see this is 81 minus 49 is 126 plus 45. So if you do, you'll get the answer 4 because a is equal to 3. And how I got the value of a? If you remember how I got the value of a, I simply applied the shortcut formula, that root of 4a minus 3 plus 1 by 2. So I apply this shortcut formula. So because if it plus minus plus minus plus minus, so you put plus sign here. If that is minus plus minus plus minus plus, you put minus sign there. I hope you understood this. Now for this question, what you do? You'll do minus plus minus plus minus plus. Again, you'll apply the same formula. So root of 4a minus 3, then minus 1, because if this is minus plus minus plus minus plus. The root of 4a means 11 fours. 11 fours is how much? 44. 44 minus 3. 44 minus 3 is 41. So the answer for this would be root of. So the answer for this question would be root of 41 minus 1 by 2. This would be your answer. So you can apply this formula. So if 11 fours is 44, 44 minus 3 is 41. So root of 41 minus 1 by 2. Clear, right? For this question, your answer was 3. So you can apply this formula. And so the formula what we need to use, that is very important. So it depends on the sign. So what is the sign you are talking about? So if that is root of a plus root of a minus, then root of a plus, then root of a minus, and that goes to infinity, plus minus plus minus. So your answer is root of 4a minus 3 plus 1 by 2. Okay, now if that is minus plus minus plus, if this is root of a minus, then root of a plus, then root of a minus, then root of a plus, then your answer is root of 4a minus 3 minus 1 by 2. So I hope everyone is understanding. Simple. Now question like this, when you get question like this, if this is going till infinity, so the answer for this is 8 only. Whatever the value is there, that is your answer. So if you get question like this, the answer for this is that value only. So if you see this question, here any number, it doesn't matter which number is this. So the root of a, then root of a, then root of a, then root of a, that goes to infinity. So your answer is a1. So if you can understand, so this will if you why a, sir, so if this is nothing but this will create infinite GP. This will create infinite GP, and the sum of infinite GP is how much? The sum of infinite GP is a divided by 1 minus r. So if you see these kind of question, so this kind of question, if you see, so this is nothing but a to the power 1 by 2. This is a to the power 1 by 2 into a to the power 1 by 4 into a to the power 1 by 8 into a to the power 1 by 16. So that is going till infinity. Okay, now that is going till infinity. So if you add them, so if you know that, you know the basic law of indices. So when the base is same, power get added. So if you do that, so a to the power 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 16, that goes to infinity. So if you do this, so what is your first term? So your first term is 1 by 2 divided by 1 minus r. What is your r? R is again 1 by 2. So you get a to the power 1 by 2 by 1 by 2. So you get the answer a1. So I hope you understood the logic why we are doing. So we are actually applying GP only. Fine. So if I ask you anything, root of 11, then root of 11, then root of 11, then root of 11 till infinity, what is your answer? Your answer is 11. Clear, right? Now, how to do problem like this? So the answer for these kind of problems is 5 to the power how much? Count the numbers square root. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 square root is there. Okay. If 5 square root is there, then what is 2 to the power 5? If 5 square root is there, then what is 2 to the power 5? 2 to the power 5 is, sorry, if 5 square root is there, so here, this problem, here you have, let me enlarge it. So if you see, the total square root is 5. So what is 2 to the power 5? So that is 32. So okay, so you write 5 to the power 1 by 32. Then what is 32 to the, what is 32 minus 1? 31. This is your answer. Simple. Now what is the answer for this? 7. How many square root is there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is 2 to the power 4? 16. What is 16 minus 1? 15. This is your answer. Again, why? You can prove it through geometric progression. Right now I'm teaching you the shortcut way, so you can learn this shortcut way. If you want mathematical reason for that, so we can do mathematical reason for that. So root of 7, then root of 7, then root of 7, so then root of 7. So this is nothing but 7 to the power 1 by 2 into 7 to the power 1 by 4 into 7 to the power 1 by 8 into 7 to the power 1 by 16. Now base is same, power will get added. So 7 to the power 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 16. So either you do mathematically, if you want you can do mathematically, or you can apply GP. So anyway you will do. So this is 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. So if you do, you will get the answer 7 to the power 15 by 16. That only I told you the shortcut way of doing that. Okay. Now this question number 9, try question number 9, how will you do? So question number 9 is like this. So if x to the power 4, if x to the power 4 plus 1 by x to the power 4 is 119, so find the value of x plus 1 by x. So how will you solve these kind of questions? Imagine, so if x to the power 4 plus 1 by x to the power 4 is 119, so you have to find the value of x plus 1 by x. So suppose you have to find x plus 1 by x. Okay. So how to solve these kind of questions? Suppose x plus 1 by x, suppose that is equal to a. Okay. Now squaring both sides, if you do squaring both sides, so x plus 1 by x whole square is a square. So you will get a square plus b square plus 2ab is equal to a square. So I can write x square plus 1 by x square is equal to a square minus 2. Okay. Now, so I hope you understood. So 2 into x, x into 1 by x and 1 by x get cancelled. That's why what left is only 2. Now what you want x to the power 4 plus 1 by x to the power 4. So again do squaring, again do squaring, again do squaring both sides. So you got this. Now squaring both sides. So if you square both sides, so you get x square plus 1 by x square whole square is a square minus 2 whole square. So you will get a square plus 1 by b square, a square plus b square plus 2ab is equal to a square minus 2 whole square. I can write x to the power 4 plus 1 by x to the power 4 is equal to a square minus 2 whole square minus 2. So you'll get this value. Now if you notice in this problem, this value is given to you x to the power 4. If you notice in this problem, sorry, 1. So if you notice in this problem, this value is given to you. This value is given to you. How much this value is given to you? This value is given to you 119. So I can write a square minus 2 whole square minus 2, that is equal to 119. So I can write a square minus 2 whole square is 121. So I can write a square minus 2 whole square is 11 square. So I can write a square minus 2 is equal to 11. So I can write a square is equal to 30. So what is a? A is root 30. So this is only what they ask you. So they ask you what is a? What is a? A is x plus 1 by x. So x plus 1 by x is equal to root 30. This is only they ask you. They ask you this value. They ask you the value of x plus 1 by x. So step by step you can do and you will get the same answer. Clear, right? Now going back to the problem. So the answer for this is root 30. The answer for this is root 30. Now this question, now see this question. So if x plus 1 by x is root 3, then you have to find this value. Let's do this problem. So if x plus 1 by x is root 3, then I have to find the value of x to the power 6 plus 1 by x to the power 6 plus 2. Okay. Now you can see this. So if x plus 1 by x is equal to root 3, x plus 1 by x is equal to root 3. Now what you do, take cube both the side. So taking cube both sides, if you take cube both sides, so you'll get x plus 1 by x whole cube is root 3 cube. So this is a cube plus b cube, a cube plus b cube plus 3ab. So x and x will get cancelled into x plus 1 by x. This is nothing but 3 to the 3 root 3. So 3 cube is root 3 into root 3 into root 3. So root 3 into root 3 is 3 root 3. So now this is x cube plus 1 by x cube plus 3. What is x into x? X plus 1 by x is root 3. This is 3 root 3. So now I can say x to the power 3 plus 1 by x to the power 3 is equal to 0. So I can say x to the power 6 plus 1 by x to the power 3 is equal to 0. So I can say x to the power 6 plus 1 is equal to 0. This is very important. So this is very important. X to the power 6 plus 1 is equal to 0. Now this is very important. So if x to the power 6 plus 1 is equal to 0, now if x to the power 6 plus 1 is equal to 0, so I can say x to the power 6 is equal to minus 1. Okay, so now, so what is 1 by x to the power 6? That is again minus 1. Okay, so if I ask you x to the power 6 plus 1 by x to the power 6 plus 2, that is how much? That is nothing but minus 1, then minus 1 plus 2. So your answer is 0. Simple. So this is the way. So you should know this. This is very important. X to the power 6 plus 1 is equal to 0. So this is very important. So the answer for this problem, the answer for this kind of problem is 0. Now see this problem. So this problem. So if x plus 1 by x whole square is 3, then you have to find this value. Again, you have to see these kind of question whenever you see. Again, you have to apply the same logic. The logic what I taught in previous problem. So the logic what I taught you in previous problem was this. So you learned this. So you've seen this. So whenever x plus 1 by x is root 3, then what thing should come in your mind? Then you should know, then x to the power 6 plus 1 should be equal to 0. If you see the current problem is also same value. If you see the current problem is if x plus 1 by x whole square is 3. So this is nothing but x plus 1 by x is equal to root 3. So you know that if x plus 1 by x is root 3, then you know that then x to the power 6 plus 1 is equal to 0. That's it. Your work is done. Now what they are asking you? Now they are asking you this value. They are asking you x to the power 206 plus x to the power 200 plus x to the power 90 plus x to the power 84 plus x to the power 18 plus x to the power 12 plus 1. This they are asking you. Very simple. What you do, make pair like this. Once you make pair like this, now what you do, what you can take common here. So you can take x to the power 200 common here. So this will be x to the power 6 plus 1. What you can take common here, x to the power 84. This would be x to the power 6 plus 1. What you can take common here? X to the power 12. So if you take x to the power 12, so this would be x to the power 6 plus 1. This is plus 1. Now you know this. Now you know that x to the power 6 plus 1 is equal to 0. Means your work is done. So this is what? Sorry. So this is x to the power 200 into 0. This is x to the power 84 into 0. This is x to the power 12 into 0 plus 1. So what is your final answer? The final answer is 1. That's it. This is the way how you should do the problem. So the answer for this is 1. Now see this question. So this is if 81 to the power x is equal to 0.125 to the power y is equal to 18 to the power z, then prove. This is very important theorem. You should know this theorem. This theorem is, I'll talk about this theorem. So that's why I thought to put this question. This is important for you. So if 81 to the power x is equal to 0.1 to the power, let me clear this. So always remember in maths that if a to the power x is equal to b to the power y is equal to c to the power z. If a to the power x is equal to b to the power y is equal to c to the power z, and c is equal to a into b, and c is equal to a into b, so then 1 by z is equal to 1 by x plus 1 by y. Remember this. This is very important. This is very important. You have to remember this. This is very important. Now talking back to this question, the question is like this. So 81 to the power x. So question is like this: 81 to the power x is equal to 0.125 to the power y. 0.125 to the power y is equal to 18 to the power z is equal to 18 to the power z. Now, so I have to do something. I have to use my permutation combination. I have to do something so that I have to make them equal. So how can I make this equal to 18? This and this into 18. So this I can write as 18. You have to think in 18. Think in 18. 0.125 is nothing but 0.125 nothing but, if you remember, 1 by 8. 1 by 8 is 0.125. So you can write this as 2 to the power minus 3y. Now 9 twos are matlab 9 into 2x. So 9 into 2x, 9 to the power 2x equal to 2 to the power minus 3y. That is equal to 18 to the power z. Now your c equal to a into b. So now, so I can say 1 by z is equal to 1 by 2x minus 1 by 3y. The minus sign is there, so plus into minus become minus. Now I can, this simple. Now 1 by z is equal to 6xy. So you can write 3y minus 2x. Now you can write 6xy. So you can write this as 3y minus 2x. So now you can write, z is equal to 6xy divided by 3y minus 2x. So if you multiply minus with both sides, z is equal to minus 6xy divided by 2x minus 3y. That's it. Your work is done. Simple. Just remember this theorem. So you can prove this if you want. You can, why, sir, why this happened? You can prove this. Let it be equal to k, and then multiply log with all sides. So you know the term of log. The log of a to the power x is equal to x log a. So you can prove it through logarithm. So let they are equal to k. If you want this, let they are equal to k, and then you multiply log with all sides, and ultimately you can prove it by using logarithm. So it's not a big thing to do. Now Next question. So arrange them in ascending order. You have to arrange this value in ascending order. So root of 4 root 3, this is 4 root 3, then this is 25 root 12, then this is 5 root 4, this is 5 root 4, and this is 2 root 6, this is 2 root 6. So we have to arrange them in ascending order. We have to arrange them in ascending order. So what I can do, I can write this as 4 to the power 1 by 3. This is 25 to the power 1 by 12. This is 5 to the power 1 by 4. This is 2 to the power 1 by 6. Now what is the LCM of 3, 12, 4 and 6? So the LCM of 3, 12, 4 and 6 is 12 only. So I can write this number. If I write 3 as 12, so this would be, numerator would be 4. 4 by 12 is 1 by 3. This is 25 to the power 1 by 12. Now 5. If I make denominator 12, so the numerator will be 3. And if I make denominator 12 here, numerator would be 2. Simple. Now same value I can write as 4 to the power 4 by 1 by 12. This is 25 to the power 1 by 12. This is 5 to the power 3 to the power 1 by 12. This is 2 to the power 2 to the power 1 by 2. Now what is 4 to the power 4? 4 to the power 4 is what? 256. 4 to the power 1, 4. 4 to the power 2, 16. 4 to the power 3, 64. 4 to the power 4, 256. This is 256 to the power 1 by 2. This is 25 to the power 1 by 2. This is 125 to the power 1 by 2. This is 4 to the power 1 by 2. So ascending order. Now power is same. Now you can arrange them in ascending order. What is the smallest value? Smallest value is 4 to the power 1 by 2. Then 25 to the power 1 by 2. Then 125 to the power 1 by 2. Then 256 to the power 1 by 2. Then, so now if you arrange them in ascending order, what is the smallest value? So smallest value is this. This is the smallest value. This is your smallest value. 2 to the power 2 root 6. Then 25 root 12. Then I think 5 cube root. Then root 4th root of 5. Then 4th root of 5. Then third root of 4. Then cube root of 4. That's it. This is your final answer. This is your final answer. Clear, right? So simple. I hope you understood this. So the idea is that you have to use the power appropriately. Either make the power equal, either whenever you are solving the problem, what you have to do, either make the power equal or either try to make the base equal to make comparison. Like if I ask you like 9 to the power 3.5 or 3 by 11, which is larger? Which is larger? So either you make power equal or either make base equal. So 9 I can write as 3 square to the power 3.5 or 3 by 11. So this is 3 to the power 7 or 3 to the power 11. So which is bigger? So which is bigger? So now you know that because you made the base equal. So now you know that which is equal. Now you know that which is equal. Use your logic. Whenever you're solving the problem, you use your logic and you'll get the answer very easy. Clear? Okay. So the answer for this is the smallest is 6 root of 2. Then this was, then after that, 12th root of 25, then 4th root of 5, then cube root of 4. So I hope you understood all the problem what we did. So all the problem, how to do these problem, I hope you understood. We have done all the problem. So the logic is very important. And so these are the speed mathematics technique. By using this speed mathematics technique, you can solve the question very easily. The agenda is that you can solve the question very easily. So keeping that faith that whatever I have taught you, you have enjoyed, and I hope you liked my session and you enjoyed my session. So if you like this session and if you enjoyed this, and if you have done enough practice and you got the answer very fast from the childhood, the kind of multiplication, the kind of indices and log, when we used to see, we used to get confused, we used to get tensed. Now I believe that by looking at these Vedic maths, speed mathematics technique, you could have solved the question very fast. I hope that this session has given you lot of motivation, and it will keep motivating you to learn more and more mathematics technique. So keep logging into my session, keep watching my sessions, and keep learning. So with that faith in my mind, I'll wind up this session. So everyone, thank you everyone. God bless you.